Hermitcraft Season 9 is officially over as of December 20th, 2023, after 20 months online. As a Hermitcraft fan for several years, it's been amazing seeing how Season 9 has continued to push the boundaries of what an SMP can be and how the YouTube Minecraft sphere works. This season, we've seen multiple games within games, the Minecraft crossover of the century, mega builds that continue to inspire, and more. As we enter into the era of Season 10, I wanted to sit down and get some predictions out for the next Hermitcraft season. All these predictions are my own, and I have no insider knowledge of what the Hermits are planning next. Even if none of my predictions come true, I am ultimately super excited for the new season. Before we jump in, don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what you're excited about to see in Season 10, and if you have any predictions of your own. So first off in my predictions is new Hermits. I've actually successfully predicted new Hermits before when I predicted Pearlescent Moon was going to join in Season 8. While the Hermits haven't confirmed or denied anything, we have gotten this clip from current Hermit Impulse SV.
So, new members for Season 10? I can't say anything. Let's just leave it there. There may or may not be any new members. We'll see. Okay? We'll leave that for the Season 10 announcements and all that for you guys to find out. So can't announce whether or not we're having any new Hermits come on board, but who knows? Who knows? We'll see. That's all I can say.
Look at the smile on that man's face. I feel like we're definitely getting something. If you aren't aware, the Hermits work as a team to make decisions, and nobody can be added to the server unless it's a unanimous vote. Hermits will come and go throughout seasons, but Season 9 currently has 25 Hermits. Now, getting 25 people to agree with each other might seem difficult, but these are people who have been working together and playing together for quite some time. My only concern with the following Minecraft creators I'm going to suggest is that the more people you add, the more people you need to get approval from for future additions or server issues. But it also means more people in events, more life in the server, and more viewers brought into the Hermitcraft community. Even with some of the added bureaucracy, I think ultimately adding any number of Hermits could be a positive for both the Hermits themselves and the community. Now, before I start naming some potential Hermits, let me tell you a short little story. Once upon a time, in the year 2016, there was an SMP called KingdomCraft. KingdomCraft ran successfully for some time before ultimately falling apart, leaving a whole bunch of creators without anywhere to go. This server contained Python, who left the server for Hermitcraft partway through it. The other members of KingdomCraft were Iskall85, Wellsnight Gaming, Rendog, StressMonster101, Cupfan135, Bevo LJ, Krillic, and Good Times with Scar. Now, if some of those creators sound familiar, there's a reason why. When Hermitcraft Season 4 launched, Iskall, Wellsnight, Ren, Cupfan, and Scar joined as new Hermits. Stress later joined in Season 5. These Hermits are all currently still active, and this KingdomCraft merger would be considered a success, with the new members evolving into impressive Hermits. It is with this framework I want you to think about what I'm about to propose. I think we will see another SMP mergers, with the members from Empires joining Hermitcraft. Empires is a story-based server where each member created an empire that was heavily themed. There were 2 seasons, with Season 2 ending after 11 months in May of 2023. Around halfway through that season, there was a collaboration between Hermitcraft and Empires, where members from each server spent an extended period of time on the other server. We briefly had Hermits living as pirates, and Empires members creating a Christmas village on Hermitcraft. Empires has a very specific type of playstyle, wherein the creators have to have a set plan for build style, lore, and character. After nearly 7 months of Empires being over, there's no mention of Season 3 on the horizon, except for this vague tweet from the admin, Flip. In a recent MCC, Empires member Smallish Beans mentioned that the amount of prep needed for the series was kind of a lot. Smager also addressed this in a stream, saying that there were a lot of members who flat out said they do not want a Season 3.
And will there be Season 3? That is currently undecided. Last time we spoke about it, a lot of the other players on Empires didn't want a Season 3. They weren't bothered about Season 3, they were kind of like, let's not do one. I was like, no, I think we should do one.
Hi, Editing Terra here. So, before the script was written for this video, most of the season finales for Hermitcraft 9 had not come out, and now Grian's finale has come out, and in it he addressed the Empires crossover and specifically said it was not well received. I'll play the clip here.
I think that's probably one of the proudest things that I sort of spearheaded this season was the crossover with the Empire's server. Sure, it wasn't received well by everyone. People didn't like the coming together of a server that they didn't watch, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
But as far as I was concerned, this was my Super Bowl. This was my opening night. I had the best time waiting for this to happen, and everything I saw about it in like the Twitter sphere and the Hermitcraft sphere was really positive. I don't know if this was like a lot of hate comments, or maybe some creators got more hate than others about this crossover. And I thought everyone really enjoyed it, but obviously that might not have been the case. So in a second I make a statement saying that it was overwhelmingly positive, but I guess that's not true. So just keep that in mind, but to me it was amazing. So when looking at the successful Hermit/Empires crossover and the unknown future of the Empire season, I think we could see a merger of Empires members joining in on Season 10. Now 2 members, False and Gem, are already Hermitcraft members. The following members, Smager, Whip, Joey Graceffa, Catherine Elizabeth, LD Shadow Lady, Mythical Sausage, Pixel Riffs, Shovel, Smallish Beans, Solidarity, and the Ryan Sound are the other Empires members I think would be invited to join Season 10. Now, I'm not going to name names because while I think it would be cool for all of them to join, I do think some are more likely to join than others. So let's go through them, starting with who I think is most likely to join. Number 1, we have Smallish Beans, also known as Joel. Joel's an incredibly impressive builder and a close friend with several Hermitcraft members. Joel clearly enjoys the survival aspect in Minecraft and has recently been on the Season 9 world as a guest to play Tango's game, Decked Out. I think Joel is the most likely member to be added in Season 10, and if only one person was added, I think it would be him. Next up, we have Solidarity Gaming, also known as Jimmy or Timmy. Timmy is a little bit of a less accomplished builder, but he makes up for it by being incredibly funny and witty. He's also a good friend of several Hermits and joined Joel to play Decked Out. Both Joel and Jimmy have also been on a mini-series with some other Hermitcraft members called Guess the Build, as well as the Life series. I think I could see a potential for Jimmy to join with Joel as a pair. Next up we have Catherine Elizabeth, LD Shadow Lady, and Shovel. I'm putting these creators on the same level because while they are similar content creators, I'm hoping the Hermits recognize the incredibly high ratio of male Hermits to female Hermits and prioritize adding new women and genderqueer folks to the server. I think these 3 would be interested in joining as they do enjoy Minecraft and appear to enjoy their time during the crossover. Lissy also joined Joel and Jimmy for the Decked Out collab. Next up is Smager, Whip, Joey Graceffa, and Mythical Sausage. All these creators are still creating Minecraft content, and I think they would be good additions. Editor Terra here again, so I actually just found out that Joey Graceffa has quit making Minecraft videos, which was news to me. I don't really follow him. So that means that Joey Graceffa would definitely decline any invitation to join Hermitcraft unless he considered it something very new and different, which is the reason he attributed to not making Minecraft content anymore. But I don't see a vanilla Hermitcraft server being that new and different thing for him. So finally, we have Pixel Riffs and Orion Sound. I think Pixel Riffs would decline the request to join. As he has stated before, he was not interested in joining Hermitcraft. Of course, his opinion could have changed, but last I heard, he was still not interested in joining outside of the crossover. And as for Ollie the Orion Sound, I think he would make like 1 episode and then disappear, but I respect that, and I think it would be good to see. The Empires folks are truly a good example of content creators who fit well with their Hermits, and have already proven that by working closely together. The current Hermits have already voted and met multiple times regarding the crossover and the Decked Out stream, and they continue to approve these creators as people they want on the server. Speaking of that Decked Out stream, there were a few more members that were invited to play Decked Out. For these 3 other guests, I think there's a more slim chance of them joining Season 10, but I wanted to address them. First off, we have In the Littlewood, also known as Martin. Martin has worked with multiple Hermits in multiple projects and thrives in the lore aspect of Minecraft storytelling. He's not worked on as many build projects, but I think he would pick up skills quick. Next up, we have Skizzleman. Skiz is a longtime friend of Hermitcraft and is involved in multiple projects with Hermitcraft members. While he plays in the live series, he's a self-proclaimed poor builder. I think it would be a big adjustment period to join Hermitcraft, and the scale of his projects might not compare, but I think everyone would love him and he would fit in. Finally, we have HBomb94. In a similar vein to Skiz, HBomb's not much of a builder as opposed to more of a minigame player. I think the continued survival aspect of Hermitcraft might not be something HBomb is used to, but he would succeed at it, I believe. Now, the commonality with these three and Jimmy is the lack of building skills, but ultimately, I don't think that should be a barrier that prevents people from joining Hermitcraft. There's been an increasing debate, even amongst hermits, that the era of mega bases might have passed. Having more creators who can create and make smaller builds would still be a good thing for the community. Building aside, these are creators who would fit the personality of the group closely and are deeply committed to content creation. There's a lot these people could share and learn with the Hermits, and I think them joining would be a pro for the community. I feel like the Empires crossover and the Decked Out Visitor stream were really tests to see how the community would react, and the reaction was incredibly positive. Largely, fans were excited to see other creators in the Hermitcraft world. While adding this many players might seem overwhelming for the Hermits and the fans, I think it would, in the end, be a positive experience. Okay, Editor Tara here again. I wrote this script before Season 9 even ended, but now that it's over, people have taken to the internet to ask each other their predictions for what they think is going to happen in Season 10, which is awesome. But I have seen some interesting discourse that I wanted to discuss real quickly. So I saw this tweet that was basically saying that they think the same Empires people, or similar Empires people, I think, are going to join. But I really wanted to point out this part in the replies and how it related to something else I mentioned in the video. So I feel like this is going to be a very popular reply to this video, and I just wanted to reiterate once again about this. So the approval, we've already discussed that. They were all approved to join Empires, and then more were even approved to do the Decked Out stream. So we already have that covered. I didn't even mention in the video about how Martin in the Littlewood hosted a charity stream for the Hermits last year. The second point here is people don't like change, and if you throw something like 10 new Hermits, there will be chaos, and how Grian touched on it in his finale about how the crossover wasn't well received. Now, while I do agree that it's possible it could cause issues, I want to go back to that KingdomCraft merger. During my research, I actually found a very interesting Reddit thread about this, wherein people were also speculating about the fall of the server and if these people would join Hermitcraft. And when I saw that tweet, I thought of this thread and the exact same kind of replies that would have been on Twitter at the time, where it's like, 5 new people, that's way too many. There's no way that would happen, even if people like both servers. And nowadays, people don't even think about that because they weren't online during Season 4. So it's just an interesting repeating history kind of thing to me. So I just wanted to bring it up and talk about it and say that even if they did add 10 people, it's up to us as a community to not freak out about it so that the Hermits don't feel bad. And if they add no people, we also shouldn't freak out about that. So that's what I wanted to address here. Now, moving away from new Hermits, let's talk current Hermits. I think there's a potential for one or more current Hermits to do one of the following. Either A, have a delayed join for Season 10 world, like Etho had in Season 9, or B, take an extended leave of absence from the server due to burnout or a lack of ideas. Some Hermits who did that this season were Wells Knight, Mumbo, Grian, Iskal, and more. An example of this is how Mumbo took almost a year off from Hermitcraft 9 before returning. I obviously have no insight on how the creators are feeling, but there's always the possibility that these creators have been doing a lot in Season 9 and need a little break before Season 10. I think the most likely Hermit for this is Tango, who put in many long hours for the amazing game of Decked Out 2. Well, he's clearly excited for whatever comes next, whether that be Decked Out 3 or not. He has spoken about how he wants to take a month or two off after Decked Out 2 finishes, and I think he deserves a break. Additionally, Iskal spoke about Hermitcraft 9 in a recent stream and mentioned he considered not joining in Season 10.
Quite a lot of consideration has gone into, over the past 3 months, I've been thinking about whether or not I will participate in Hermitcraft Season 10. Whether or not I will be part of it. Things that I've asked myself is like, do I have a place? Like, is it interesting enough to watch this Swede stumble on his words, forgetting his things, trying to do good deeds but never really pulling through with a good deed because, I don't know, I try my best. And some days I've woken up and I felt that no, I think I'm gonna quit. I think I'm done. And other days I've woken up thinking, oh yeah, I'm inspired. I know what I want to do. And right now, at the moment, I'm kind of in between. I think what is most important is that whatever I end up doing, I want to enjoy fully.
You should definitely check out the full video, but I think the sentiments go for a lot of hermits who took extended time away from the season. It's a hard balance between creativity and listening to comments, and sometimes it can get very overwhelming. I just hope that all the hermits are keeping their limits in mind and taking the time off that they need. Now, that's enough about members, let's talk some semantics. There's a few more aspects of a core Hermitcraft season that I just want to get my predictions out on. What can I say? If I get them right, I can come back to this video and gloat. Just like you can come back to the comment you leave and tell everyone you were right. Each Minecraft world is different, with different structures and terrain. When you generate a world, you could choose either a random world or a set seed. Hermitcraft has had 9 unique worlds over the years, not counting mini seasons. Season 9 had the hermits starting off in a stone shore near a lake, surrounded by birch forest and mountains. From memory, most hermits did not know much about the seed before starting the season. Season 8 had a central continent surrounded by oceans and islands. The hermits all settled on the main continent in order to live near each other, and there was an interconnected road throughout it. Season 7's world was based around a mushroom island situated in the center, which served as the shopping district. Other seasons have had similar gimmicks, with hermits spreading out throughout the world and community districts throughout. The world for each season is discussed and decided among the hermits, and it's an important part of the series. While hermits heavily terraform the land, sometimes so far that it's not even recognizable anymore, some hermits also build their bases with the original terrain in mind. The world is an important choice, and it heavily impacts those early episodes of the series. For Season 10, I think we will see a few important aspects picked in the seed. For the terrain, I'm predicting we might see a big island with lots of close biomes. With multiple hermits talking about scaling back the idea of a mega base, there's an option for hermits to be close together again. I also predict we will have a central spawn village. Viewers and hermits alike spoke so highly of the centralized spawn idea that Hermitcraft 9 used. With the proximity voice spawn, having hermits in a close area leads to lots of organic reactions and keeps things more fast-paced in those early days before you even have diamonds. As for minigames and shopping districts, I think we will have a location picked out for both of those ahead of time. And while we've already had a shopping district in the mushroom biome, I think we need to see again, but I don't think it's likely. In a dream world, I'm picturing a seed with a small island surrounded by water, surrounded by an even bigger island that's surrounded by water. And then everyone would have their shopping stuff in the small island, and they would live in the big island. I made a poorly drawn picture to explain what I'm thinking. If you've ever seen a seed like this, let me know in the comments, because this would be so cool to see. Speaking of games, I don't think we will see another game quite as big as Decked Out or Hermitcraft TCG in Season 10, but I do think we will see some kind of big game. Something that somebody works very hard on for quite some time, but maybe not the whole season. Decked Out 2 and Hermitcraft TCG were huge projects that involved a lot of work, but it's very easy to burn out when you're working that heavily, and Tango even said he doesn't want to live in a cave again. He doesn't want to completely miss aspects of the game, and I think that's a sentiment that goes for everyone. They want to be able to be involved with stuff and not too involved in the project they're working on. I don't think we'll see Decked Out 3, but maybe another hermit will show us something very cool that they've been working on in the background. Now, there's some other things I think will happen, but ultimately, I'm just super excited for Season 10. Whether new people join or not, whether any of my predictions come true, I do know one thing. Season 10 is going to be excellent, and I cannot wait to see it. If you made it to this point in the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and be sure to leave me a comment on what you're looking forward to in Season 10 and what you predict might happen too. Bye! See you all next time!